Hello again, everybody. My name is
I am
Kaz.
Kiwi, and we are in Ragnarok. Is this
Yes, the fourth
that is
chapter.
to say, we are in hell. Hell is opening up and it's eating us. By the way, apocalypse didn't come, Kaz.
No, it didn't.
Absorb it all. Let the world
Yes,
wither
my
away.
mechanical sunflower. Yes.
Keep in mind, he did this without the ring.
Wish to stop me?
He used his own ring finger.
It was like the homeopathy.
Yeah. Yeah.
The homeopathy of the ring to Trell. Which is to say, it's all fake.
Sick.
Your jewels cannot destroy the cauldron.
Anyway, that's the only unique part of the scene there is, like, whoever character running up, saying
It still
hi.
has work to
Hello.
do. Now, bury those who dare to interfere, so that the dear child may sleep undisturbed.
Dearest child. So we're battling Hell's Moving Castle, is what we're saying to the LP public.
Yeah, instead of the charming Calcifer being inside, we have
The rather
Crazy Pants McNo-Brain Skullhead sitting on top of it, being basically
we
insane.
basically have a babby inside. I understand where this is going. God, that's freaky.
Alright, yeah, what that's explaining is that you have to do some platforming for the first time ever in the whole game, and get up to the eye. Which, well, it's just sort of sitting there is no real problem at all. It has these 4 arms, you can break them individually. Oh, the little pellets there that it's shooting out. Yeah, those can set you on fire. They're quite powerful as well.
You even
Yeah. But he doesn't seem to aim at me, he's just sort of shooting around. That's why I'm being so cautious about those, by the way. They really do blast the crap out of you. Anyway, you beat him up a little bit, he gets all
Chuffy.
drunk and tired, and then it stands up and
Then it
satisfies what you were saying about Howl's Moving Castle.
is Howl's Moving Castle. It is an abomination of man, created by man.
Hey,
Okay.
but Billy Crystal, Calcifer.
Okay. All right.
Anyway.
Yeah, not to go in and do any spoilers or anything. Calcifer was really nice, and he is like he steals your heart. That's all I'm going to say about it.
Hey, he stole my heart from the get-go. He's the man.
Set it ablaze.
Anyway, there's none of him. There's no charm to this. Okay, the little flower eye thing. That's kind of charming.
Kind of charming, but the rest of it,
Gotta give the old Crazy Skull credit for coming up with something like
maybe
that.
maybe he was expressing his cuteness or trying to, get back at what strangling your daughter and all that stuff.
Indeed. Periodically through the fight, it's going to the cauldron eye head thing rather is going to absorb phosons. When it does so, it's actually like creating them off screen and then like drawing them in. But your cipher will always draw them in like more, so you can like refill on phosons that way.
I see you've turned on the invisible Kaz.
I have, because on my way up, I got blasted by the steam. Steam is by far the most dangerous part of this fight. The steam on the way up, the steam on the little arm thing that is there to blast steam. They knocked my napalm!
But
Jerks. Now I have to go get it.
that is full of not
Oh.
fun. Now this
Being under the invisible means I have time to waste doing the crazy platforming to get up here.
Now this abomination against, everything that is good and wholesome, does it actually move around to different spots and areas while it distracts
Oh yeah, no, if you stand still on the ground, it will walk away from you, or toward you, depending on where you're standing. Anyway, now that I'm out of invisible
So-
and once again able to attack this thing,
It's not doing
I'm gonna take it down.
a mechanical dance as per se, sort of it's going somewhere. It's going to kill you or it's going to go destroy the world, is what you're saying to me.
Yes. The sheer fact that it's able to absorb phosons regardless of total distance is kind of startling. I mean, I was only ever able to absorb them on the same ring, so a Cypher user could at best absorb the souls of whoever is around and recently died. This thing can absorb all of them from everywhere.
So it can basically kill
It's far
everything.
scarier.
It is like the anti-Gohan.
Well,
You know how he's like calling the spirits, help me, spirits.
Right. Gathers up the spirit
And they're-
ball. Except when he does it, everyone dies.
They're all like unwilling participants in his like abomination against the Earth. Or wait a second, Odin's sphere, Earth.
In a really dark version of Dragon Ball Z, I'm sure that there's some, I don't know, fan fiction or something where Goku is actually weighing the merits of using the Spirit Bomb and just how many are to be sacrificed to save whoever is left after we defeat the evil. It's like, how... but how many lives would we have lost anyway? And they start talking about the mathematics of lives, and they get into a lengthy philosophical debate on the battlefield, which, conveniently, Dragon Ball already has time for.
Right, and then the next episode is them picking up their discussion in like battle stances, like they usually do.
Oh, they would definitely get into
Except-
fights over the discussion about what to do about the
Except
fight.
this is in a college setting where everyone's sitting down and you're in a classroom and you're arguing with your professor about, like, what are the ethics of, like, cats flying or pigs having
Right.
unicorn, like, thing.
And the professor himself is also an anthropomorphic dog for no reason, and it's never
No,
explained.
he's probably like Dr.
Something
Sartreuse.
like
He's
that.
like, yes, we should go and go to the science lab.
all.
And then,
They
make your own
explained
creation
Dr.
here,
Chartreuse
buddy.
partially. They tried to explain that. I think in the Dragon Ball sense, it's better if they don't explain
Yeah,
it.
it's better. It's better
Don't
if
even
there's
try.
more fight. And that's the reason why I liked the
we're
original
s-
Dragon Ball the best, because it was like it actually had a story. You could actually see progression. And then when you got to like DBZ, you're like just standing around, like recycling everything. And then you're just like, well, you're left with the satisfaction of eventually you're going to see someone get, like fight up. And hey, the beginning of it's over 9,000. It's nice, but the rest of it is just so awful. It's like, what? This is like the 60th episode and you haven't beaten them
Hey,
all?
I will stand behind the Frieza arc and the Cell Saga, and then to me that is like it as far as Dragon Ball Z
Everything else is
exists
dead.
or is concerned. Anything after that, okay, maybe. Well, yeah, no, just those really. Anything after Cell is like, well, we ran out of ideas for how to make this make sense, so we're just gonna get the Spirit Ball again. Okay. And then wacky shit happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, I stand behind the Dragon Ball Z up until that point. It gets the right level of wackiness and honestly really grippy, scary sense-making. It's like you actually know how powerful these guys are and that they can't win the fight, but they have to do it anyway. And it's like, oh, what are they going to do?
What are you going to do? You're going to
And they
watch
just
another
get
episode. That's
beat
what
up a
you're-
lot. I am. I'm going to watch all of the
All
episodes.
the episodes will be yours.
Oh. Speaking of, like, powering up and doing Spirit Blasts.
No!
Yeah. When the Cauldron absorbs enough phosons, I don't know exactly how many that is. It's probably on the order of like 10 or 12. It will do that. When it's charging up the big blast like that, it is invulnerable. You can no longer hit it. It's and if you are within the blast radius,
You're dead.
when the blast happens, you'll die.
Dead. You've been dead and
Like that yeah. It's like, no, we're not even gonna put a damage
you're
number
gonna
on
stop
this.
breathing after this. That's what they're saying.
There's a lengthy back and forth to this. There's, you cannot stay on the top there, unfortunately. And they don't really make it clear where platform lines are. I mean, they try to They try their best to give you like a hard line as a reference to stand on, but then during certain times of the fight, it's not available to be stood upon. So really, what am I to do?
What are you to do, Kaz? Instead,
I'm going to try and finish off the fight right now. Oh, but he's...
damn
Dang.
it! You slipped. Well, you didn't slip per se. As you just sort of, you know, majestically fell down.
Yeah, there's the slip.
This is very strange. I think the platforms are very strange. I mean, you should.
They are incredibly strange. They wiggle. They look little floppy bits. You can't tell where you're supposed to stand on them.
Waggly, dangly parts.
It's miserable. And then I get blasted by steam and almost killed. This close to the end. This close, and I almost die anyway because of steam.
I got steam heat. I got steam heat. And then I'm going to burn you.
Then, while all that's happening, he manages to charge up again.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
Well, at least you got some phosons.
Yeah, no
out of
painkiller is gonna.
that. Of course, you are like one phoson shy of actually having anything that will do anything.
And you know, it would be useful to have that as like a, I don't know, a cyclone maybe.
So does this mean since the apocalypse has happened that the cafe's gone?
Oh, yes, it is gone.
Oh.
We've trampled it.
This asshole.
Oh, already.
You just fell off.
You could see the moment where it became no longer a platform. I don't know why it gets this lengthy, ooh, I'm dead.
There's not even an explosion. Like, what the hell?
Oh, well, for the explosion. Oh, well, you'll see.
Is he still alive? Oh.
Wake up, Cauldron! Can you not hear me?
He is too crazy to die.
No. The furnace's core has been cracked!
Whoa.
Is that like the
We will all be
engine block?
vaporized!
Yeah, it's like the engine block, I think.
Come, Leventhan! The time for your awakening has arrived! Rise from your cradle! You shall devour the
Everyone
world!
wants to devour the world. He's not the first.
Cipher Handler! Die with the Cauldron!
Wow, it just like diarrhea is like a monster. Or is it like confetti cats? You know what?
It's like fireworks.
Yeah, probably. Whoa! Vaporized. Yay! Hoima! And all's left is a cipher. Well, I guess in Armageddon you want a quick end. If you're gonna die, you might as well die in fashion. If there is such a thing, dying in fashion.
A fashionable death? Oh, certainly. I mean, French people have been dying for a long time.
French people have been dying for
Think
a
about
long
it.
time. That's them frogs.
I mean,
Absorb it
for at
all.
least the last 50 years.
Let the world wither away!
50.
Anyway, the unfortunate part about this little scene here is that
Wish to stop me?
Cornelius, in particular, I think we were on Cornelius
Yes.
now. He doesn't have any unique dialogue, and I think it's such a missed opportunity. I mean, he let this guy out of the Netherworld. They clearly have history.
Visitor.
Well, he is kind of.
You know, pipe up.
Yeah, okay.
Say something corny.
A cipher user.
Yeah. That doesn't work.
But since that's the only unique part of the scene, I'm going to cut it there. Cornelius prefers to speak with his actions.
Bunny time. Hopping on heaven's door. Or Odin's eye. Oh no, there's tubes. I didn't see that before.
Yeah, that's because I had jumped out of the way of them with Gwendolyn before they came into play. They're only in this very first stage of the fight where the cauldron hasn't stood up yet.
Yeah, well, I think that the little spin attack is kind of useful. Get out of the way, and you get to, like, dance on their heads.
Yeah, it sweeps out of the way of some things and into the way of others. See, this is me getting hit by those little shot magic orb ball things that it has.
Yikes. Oi! Oh no! No, that's so fun!
It's almost too much fun. You can very easily gather left or right momentum and like throw yourself off the side and then have to climb all the way back up. In this fight, I mean, it's no real downside in the rest of it.
It's kind of weird that they have, like, platformers now in the very final level. I mean, well, then again, it does make sense a little bit because it also 2D side-scroller adventure time. This is a type of adventure. It is Battle Royale to the end of Armageddon adventure time. I kind of understand it. But it also, at the same time, it's incredibly confusing and hard because everything is moving around underneath you. And, like, you have unclear, like, boundaries. Obviously, you know, when
It's like you're jumping around one of those super foregrounds from the Puka Kitchen or Cafe.
Yeah, I know, right?
Where they have maybe a little lobster sort of bobbing there easily. Or the flowers. I'm jumping on those.
By the way, Kaz, I have lived 3 days today. 3. It is amazing. I wish every day was like 3 days. But for some odd reason, it was like, I would look at the time and it would not be moving. And this effect didn't just happen to me. It happened to my roommates. It happened to my friends at school. There was very rarely anyone at school who did not feel the effects of, like, some sort of weird, funky thing happening at the time. May you...
Well, I mean, that's...
Time.
That is something that can happen with a time witch.
I know, right?
And anyway, why would you wish upon yourself to have 3 days transpire at once? Why, if that had happened for your entire life, you'd be...
I would be
what?
wise.
70 years old by now.
No. We're not talking... Okay. We're talking about time as you know it, but I'm living a longer life because I have 3 days instead of 1 human day. So in actuality, I am still young, and that's not bad.
No, I believe you. I mean,
So your
part
day-
of being a witch or wizard is getting all of the upsides of something without any of the downsides.
So
I can stand by that.
So you'll be living 3 days today, Cass. Because, as you know, I live in the future and you live, sadly away.
I do. I guess you pushed it in my direction. Does that mean I get to take 2 naps
Yes,
today?
you do. Maybe even...
That would be...
And the dear viewer,
That'd be all right.
well, later on, I mean, it won't really matter because the day will pass and they will not notice it. Holy God, it's like raining cats and beagles and... It's raining cows outside.
Well, yeah, after the cow auction, I imagine it would be. The
I
sun
tell you?
absorbed the cows into the... what's it called?
Maybe they're the ones who are twisting
You know,
time.
cowvaporation.
People, oh my God, it's the cows. They're twisting time. I live near a cow auction, believe it or not. And it's like really refreshing to hear a mooing in the morning. It's just like, it's like, you know, back South Dakota, blah blah blah. Like where I would have like prairies worth of cows and buffalo. But it was like moo, moo, moo. All this morning, like they're taking horrendous dumps because they're getting scared by the auctioneers. And, like, because they have this... Alright, let me describe this. There's like this hut, and, you know, that's where the auctions will take their cattle in through the, you know, the pens and stuff, and they auction off the cows. Well, before the hut, there's this, like, long drive that they escort the cows to the hut, right? So, before that, because the cow's probably not used to having as much human attention as they usually get at this particular day, they just take crap separately. So, this whole road is like full of crap. And this poor, like, this single lady has to, like, freaking pick up everything. Piss, the crap, and, like, anything else that the cows do while, you know, they're scared of being auctioned off. Regardless of the mess that they make.
I mean, okay, hold on a sec for that. I'm no eschatologist, but I know that you cannot just pick up cow piss. How does she do
She
it?
doesn't take out cow piss. She just, okay, you know how you have an oil spill, right? You know, because you have something leaking in your car. Well,
Sure.
obviously you put cat litter or whatever, some sort of absorbent thing on there. It's the same thing. They like let all this white powder like on the ground and then
I see. So it's like when the janitor in elementary school would come and put that uniquely smelly sawdust on kid vomit.
Yeah.
That substance that is made for no other purpose but to go on kid
Yeah,
vomit.
and this is a particular substance that's no other purpose but to go on cow urine.
Okay.
I'm glad that we cleared that
Well,
up. I
that
don't
is
know where
what-
that story was going, by the way,
I am
but yes,
really
I
glad
lived near
that
a
we did.
cow auction. Oh my god, he never, like, overloaded you.
Yeah, if you pressure him enough, he never gets enough phosons to do the big burst.
Thank you. And it's just,
speaking of
that
cow
was an
pats.
absurdly long, like, cut. Did I,
It is. He's not affected by gravity, strangely. Maybe it's supposed to be really light? I don't know.
yeah, maybe.
Wake up, Cauldron! Can you not hear me?
Sure.
Well, since each of these has unique death animations
No.
for the characters, I decided to
Earth's core
include
has
up
been
to that
cracked.
point.
We will all be vaporized!
So crazy, so
Come,
brainless,
Levanthan!
so skull-headed.
The
So
time
empty,
for your
so
awakening
maggot-filled.
has arrived. Rise from your cradle!
Rotting flesh, there is no
You
more.
shall
All there
devour
is
the
like,
world.
dried up maggots in his skull. So when he, like, shakes his head, he
Fair.
rattles.
Handler, die with the cauldron!
We get to see him break apart in the most wonderful way.
Yay! I'm surprised he didn't break apart in impact of that. And we're dead.
Whammo!
Swing!
No, that is not a swing.
Oh.
That is, well, maybe in the blinded me with science sense.
Science! Things are made from science.
And now for the only character that I didn't have to attempt this multiple times with. Just because of all the wacky platforming, randomness, being blown up when you don't know how far away you're supposed to be, because they don't I mean, they say get away from the cauldron, but how far
Absorb it
away is
all.
away?
Just away.
Whoa.
I don't know.
Let the world wither away!
Dr. Sartreuse is right.
You fools wish to stop me?
Maybe
What, alchemy is the best?
maybe alchemy is the right way to go.
Witness my sins!
Micry?
Maybe there's an alchemy summoning circle inside the cauldron.
Maybe it's transcending time and space.
Because you know, the crystals that the homunculi would build, not the homunculi, the blobs would build, had the little arms that would pick the crystal. That's similar to this.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, close
It's a
the
shame
eye.
you were stuck in that tower for
Attack.
so long, Kaz. I'm so sorry. I mean, it was useful. You'll never go back to that game, though. I don't even know where that game is now. Like, last time I remember, it was in my car, in my trunk, still.
We've destroyed the game disc.
It's just how it goes. And
I mean, playing through Grim Grimoire for the LP wasn't too bad. It's the times leading up to that where I had never heard of the game before and was just playing through it to familiarize myself with it, and decided for whatever reason that I just had to do it on hard mode after doing the entire rest of the game. So it's like 25 story missions and 25 bonus missions. like 50 whole missions, each of which is rather long, and then doing it once over again for hard mode. I'm like, towards the end of that, I'm like, no. I started pulling the most ridiculous cheese I could think of. I started figuring out like any angle at all I could do to like get through the mission and not have to do any more effort. I didn't want to ever see those missions again after I finished with them. It was like playing through StarCraft 3 times, which I maybe should have done instead. But that's okay, because it's a good game. I just don't ever want to play it again.
You don't have to anymore. It's okay, it's over. By the way, I can't believe that Thompson's father is almost...
I'm sorry, what was that?
Oh, never mind.
I can't believe what? Okay.
Anyways, god damn. So, I have been playing Demon Souls. It's a pretty damn good game. Speaking of
Demon Souls is great.
Speaking of games and character creation, although I have to say that their like thing for what is it? Their thing for making faces and stuff is severely retarded because the eyes are too far apart to begin with. So the face always. I mean, me and Heavy Mac had to really work at it to try to even get the person to actually look like a woman. Like, just one slight, like, mistouch and you can suddenly become a man. Especially the nose and the chin.
Well, I mean...
Okay, I know this...
The character customization with the face is not why we play Demon Souls.
I know what we're talking about, but at least I want to have something that looks somewhat decent. I don't have to have a headgear to cover her face just because she looks like an
Well, some of the best armor for women in that game completely obscures the face.
Yes, like the thief, or for example, the hunter, which I am playing. By the way, I am a geek. Hey, sorry. I'm not a geek. Really, I don't have any, like, Senmon. Like, I don't have any speciality of geekdom. If LPing can be a type of geekdom, but I don't think I ever, like... Okay, I visit the forums, but in a loose capacity. I don't think that pretty much premises my self-esteem.
Yeah, keep dancing. You're doing fine.
Okay, I will keep dancing really great. I think that... No, I really, truly believe that I am not in that mode. I don't believe in that. My god, it's raining hard. Is it getting hot in here?
It's getting too hot.
Anyways, so Demon Souls is a very good game, and they're coming out with Dark Souls later, which will be very good probably as well.
Now, are you doing the online part of that?
Not.
Because you should definitely play like the online version of it if you
we
can.
have someone to play online. The problem is that Heavy Mac's brother does not have this game, so therefore we cannot get helpers.
Well, I mean, sure, playing along with others is fine, but as long as you are playing the version where you are connected online, you'll see like random people
Yes.
and their like depth patches and
I
everything.
saw them, but the thing is that... Alright, here's the awful part of living in Japan right now. It's because of all that junk that happened to Sony, they've pretty much completely shut down the online services. So there is a problem with that. The problem is that we won't have friends to play with because the servers are shut down, and we can't go online and do fun things.
Man, that's really a shame because the online experience really enriches the gameplay. For one boss in particular that I'm thinking of, that when I heard about it, I was sold on the game immediately. I'm like, oh wow, they've done this thing that I always thought was possible in games and that no game had ever done. But I won't spoil that. I'll let Squid's LP of the game do the talking.
And I will watch that eventually.
It is rather good. I think that everyone watching this should have watched that.
We are already plugging that, so I guess that's a thing, I guess. Ah, you need to finish him
totally
off.
unsolicited. I liked it enough. You know, it's almost like the Ridley fight. He steps up the pacing just a tiny little bit to get you, and then the intervals in between where you're allowed to hit him go lower, and I'm like, I don't care about healing anymore, I just want him to die.
Oh, that's too bad that the ooze can't reach him. It'd be kind of cool if it just like stretched and went and like tickled him.
Yeah, there's an E. Maybe putting on another 1,000 hit points will help me out. Maybe I won't need it at all.
Oh, maybe you'll need something. You need cowbell. God, that's so awful.
Woo!
I wish you could fall slowly with it. That would like create the better better effect, because it'd be like,
You know, I guess technically Mercedes kind of could, because she falls slow.
yeah, but you're not gonna redo this for just that.
But then she's the little flying fairy. No, I'm not gonna redo the fights just to check that little thing. At least not until. Well, that's a spoiler for another time.
Can you
A
not hear
spoiler
me?
for another time. A book by Kaz. Or wait, maybe book online.
No.
Reader book.
This core has been cracked.
Yeah, ebook reader book.
We will all be
Oh god!
vaporized.
Japanese. Oh yeah! I got it!
Come,
Look at that! Look at that! He's dead!
The time for your awakening has arrived.
Yeah!
Rise from your
I am such a
cradle.
ninja. I clapped
You
and I
shall
killed
devour
a
the
mosquito.
world.
All right.
Cipher handler, die with
It
the
needs to be
cauldron.
going outside.
I guess all that bike riding is paying off.
Yeah. Talk to me
Your
about
reflex
bike
time.
riding. I pretty much bike ride everywhere. What is it, like 6 miles
It's great to be able to.
back and forth? Well, wait, 3 miles back and forth. So that's 14, and then on my like other days, I could be biking from 2 to 3 miles. So you're basically saying that I'm reading like going around 20 miles a day sometimes. Well, not a day, but a week. Now everything's pleasantly quiet. I don't know why.
Well, okay, Miss Not Geek.
I am not a geek. Are you
Dude.
a geek? I'm crossing my arms right now.
Definitely. No, I'm sorry. I know who I am. Anyway, you'd think that Mercedes being able to fly would just have the easiest time of all this.
And
But as we're about to see, the flying is curiously dependent on where the platform beneath you is.
what?
Yeah.
This is retarded. No. It is retarded.
You know,
Beep, boop, boop.
in retrospect,
What?
maybe I just should have cut out all but the part where you scoot up and then a cipher user this time. Maybe
Yeah.
I should have cut out a little more. Seeing way too much, crazy pants mixed skull maggots is getting way
Crazy
too much
pants
screen
mixed
time.
skull
for my
maggots?
taste. I'm gonna come up with a slightly new nickname for him every time he's on camera, just because he deserves it. It deserves the worst.
You're Invisowing.
I am. I wanted to avoid the initial bits that give Mercedes the most trouble. For example, all these things, being able to hit her
When she can't, go.
right away, and not being able to fly, but so high, and having to use the platforms, even though she has wings.
This
It's all quite
is a
silly.
character flaw. This is not training. By the way, I saw him. I saw him!
Saw who?
I didn't see him in real life, but I saw him on Deep Space Nine. You know the guy who's like the bald kid who's like the Tranya kid?
Oh,
I saw
yeah.
him on Deep Space Nine. You know when Cisco and Dr. Bashir and Dax go back in time, and everyone's
Yeah.
in the relocation camp crap? Well, he's the crazy guy who believes in aliens. Who talks to Dax and is like, I need my comm badge back. He's like, really? I knew you were an alien. She's like, yeah, shh, don't tell. And like, he takes the comm badge. But that was his like, it was his like cameo.
Oh man.
I am not a nerd!
The way that
I am
show
not-
is, I'm surprised that Dax didn't like hand him a drink of water and something and say, "This is
You
Tranya."
shall drink. I hope you enjoy this as much as I. But yeah, it was Tranya Kid. He was all grown up. Like, really grown up. Like, really grown up. Like, ugh. Grown up. I don't mean to, like, demigog anybody who's, like, old. No, that's not the point. And everyone gets old. That's the greatest thing. It's great to be, like, get old. This is also very retarded, by the way. I don't like this at all.
Yeah, it's quite painful to attempt the platforming with Mercedes because you see,
What's going on?
she does fly, so they think, oh, she doesn't need to jump very high, so you're just barely able to get up to the next platform, and it's like, hurry!
So does this take a...
Come on!
I'm sure...
Stretch the fairy legs!
Yeah, I'm sure that this takes a, like, pretty, long time, just because, like, you have to go invisible, you have to, like, get it just right, and, this looks so bad.
Yeah, there we go. Finally up top. Yeah, so that helps me feel out just where I need to be for some of these
You made
platforms.
napalm? I don't think you do.
Well, I had the one and I already used it. She might have a second. I don't really remember. Threw the bone at him.
Punch, 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 punch. That's clap, 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 by the way. In all those to you and real Linda, I'm saying clap, clap, clap. What else am I gonna say? Oh yeah, I know what I'm gonna say tomorrow. Because, okay, I am not going to do any more of this bullshit kanji like classes or writing classes because I cannot handle it right now. I would rather study on my own at home, get home early. I am already studying at school for almost 6 hours straight. It is making my brains hurt. And it's not helping me at all. So what I think is going to happen is I'm going to just be like, what did we plan out? I think I said something around the lines of Sentaku Jugyo ni ikanai to omoimasu, or tsuzukanai to omoimasu, and just leave it at that. I don't care. What I basically said was I'm not going to go to Sentaku Jugyo anymore. I'm not continuing Sentaku Jugyo anymore. I do not want to do it anymore. Basically, Sentaku Jugyo means electives. I am done with it. I paid for this, and I don't need to use it right now. Just had to get that out there. Ah, right, unloading onto him, right, Kaz? Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, at that point I had already dealt with
okay,
the arm.
I have a question.
Just had to shoot him in the eye.
I have a question. So even though you fly, and he goes into his, like, I'm fainting sort of thing, you can't just fly and just stay there? You just fall?
Yeah,
That is...
because the platform beneath you goes away, and she's only allowed to be a certain distance above the platform that's beneath her. That's how it has always worked, except you never get to experience this because there's no platforms in the game. So it's just kind of a rude surprise that the ending has in store for you. Which I actually don't mind so much as a game design decision. I really wish that they had given Mercedes better options.
Yeah, but...
Or perhaps, some recourse for this little fight. The only thing I feel that they gave her is the fact that just that sequence of hops right there is rather neatly designed for getting back up. But as soon as he stands, that goes away and you're into a really, really hard climb.
I think that it just appears very odd. And actually kind of rushed a little bit. Because the rest of the game is really not rushed at all. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And so...
No, I feel if they're going to introduce a random, like, one-shot mechanic anywhere, it should be in the end.
Yeah. I mean, you've gone so far.
I mean, how many
You've
times has
eaten
the
so many
ending
things.
sequence of a game had something that is completely different that we still accept and enjoy? Okay, there was the stupid plane thing in Devil May Cry, and that was unforgivable.
Yeah.
But you know, that was like a victory lap for the game. Also, I don't really like Devil May Cry games, so maybe that's a bad example. I don't know. Super Metroid had an ending sequence that had, you know, different stuff in it than the rest of the game. You know, the whole rest of the game is an exploration thing, and now you're on a tight time limit. Have a weapon that you can't get any other way. It's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a decision.
Yeah, that's why.
It's really hard to weigh in on. I'm not 100% on liking, you know, no platforms except surprise
I
platform.
understand, and I'm sure everyone else there understands. This is okay. Platforms are alright. It's just in some certain settings where they get a little bit frustrating, we need to have a little bit of clarification about what we are able to do in the beginning.
I'm just so torn about it.
It's okay. I think
This is the kind of thing that makes me want to play Muramasa. I want to see where they've arced from here.
a very big question. Oh, you're good.
Did they put platforming in? No one post in the thread and tell me that, okay? I want to discover the game.
And then you'll have some sort of like guy who's like, it's black.
Well, actually, it's like this, guys.
And you'll,
I'm gonna stop reading the post.
and
that
you'll
says
just be
that.
like, you'll white noise it. Like, you were literally white noising.
Anyway, once you get him into this pattern that you see where you're able to, like, jump up while he's still down, and then deal damage enough to him to knock him back down again.
Well, wait.
This is really the place to be in, because you skip all of the steam. And the steam is the nastiest.
And, you know, he tries to go super light year on you, and you beat him back like so many, like, spent hams in Russia. So, it's a good thing. You're doing good, Kaz. That wasn't so good when you got caught on fire, but that's okay. We aren't counting, okay?
Yeah, that time I really tried to, like, catch him on the tip there to see if I could, you know, sneak in that extra bit of damage. I think I'm just gonna barely, I know.
Damn it.
End up paying for that. I pay for that hubris.
Oh, you got cocky.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's the thing. You're almost there. I mean, you have something to sort of, like, be happy about. You have Invisible. And you have a
At
brownie.
this point I am-
You have a brownie.
I do
In
have
an
a brownie.
apocalypse. That's kind of good.
Yep. It's a tasty brownie. I also have no Boson gauge left, so decided to power that up. Try anyway, but ran out of invisible. Ugh. I get so close,
Yeah.
and then I have to run away because I'm just out of tricks.
You have a brownie. Oh, you have grilled lamb and a heal. You know, it's not all bad. Not yet. As long as we still have brownies and food, that's fine. And you have like a hell of a lot of fire spirits.
Well, yeah, I have a shitload of fire spirits, but they are not the best at tackling all this simply because of the steam. It's like they knew what I was gonna do.
It's like they...
As if they had designed the game and planned for circumstances that they had designed within it.
Yeah, what
Man.
else can we do to be assholes? That's okay, don't be surprised. Many of...
Give the boss guts. That's what we can do.
Although the person who planned this, like, slow falling phase was very, it is very bad. Is there some place we can complain about that?
Yes, on the internet.
I'm complaining on the internet right as we are speaking.
Hell yeah.
Speaking right now with the internet.
You can also come into my Final Fantasy II stream and complain there. I'm sure no one
You have a
will
Final
mind.
Fantasy 2 stream? This is the first I have.
Yeah, I've been doing that on Monday nights with Epic John Smith.
What? You never told me.
Sure I did.
No.
I must have
No,
mentioned
you
this.
This core has
I
been
know.
cracked.
I totally...
We will all be
Will it-
vaporized.
Okay, well, I'm about halfway through that game, and it's kind of
Leviathan.
long. So there's plenty more to
Time for your
experience.
awakening has arrived. Rise from your cradle.
Well, it's your, like,
You shall
Tuesday
devour the
morning when that happens. I can't imagine that we're at any kind of
Cypher
good time.
handler.
No,
Die with the
probably
cauldron.
not. I'm busy waking up and bike riding to school for like a mile and a half. And I have something to tell my kids. I walked all the time when I was in Japan. Yeah, you think it's bad now where we have space cabooses and air races. When I was your age, I was on a bicycle and riding 3 miles just to go to work and paid by a crappy job. But it was tax-free, by the way.
And uphill both ways.
It was uphill! It was always uphill!
That's-
Oh my god! Across this bridge that is like a huge hill! I'm going to take a picture, and then I'm going to post it on the thread. Of this hill. No, this bridge. It is very long. It is a bridge very too long.
This bridge. Oh, we have the actual cutscene now.
Oh, so it was Velvet. That
Yes.
makes sense.
Blazing columns from above have completely shattered the land.
But didn't she have to destroy her brother?
The abyss swallows all.
Grandfather,
Why, it's you, Velvet. So, even you have come to bid the world farewell in these final moments. Not even destiny can stop the bloodlines.
grandfather, please stop. Mother would not want this.
You are the result of my beloved daughter's betrayal! You are the very reason I find myself in hell! Do you understand?
Then take it out on me. Take only my life. Why punish the world?
Stand back!
Grandfather!
Do you want me to wring your neck too and relive that horrifying experience again? You resemble her too much. Look away from me! I am insane enough.
Yep.
Worry not. I will take everyone along with me.
There we
To
are.
the end of the world!
Yeah, you're crazy.
I've stopped trying to figure out what his real motivations are beyond being, you know, crazy head, magic skull pants, McNobrain, but
Crazy man, you don't have no crazy pills to talk about me.
because he
You
is
don't got nothing. You got nothing but that empty skull.
he is as crazy as a $2 bill.
Crazy as crazy goes.
Yeah. Whereas now, rather than blaming him, I blame all the other characters who try to reason with him. It's like, come on.
Don't reason with this guy. Smash
Can you
his
not
skull in and send him
recognize
into a
how
jar of bones. Or better yet, keep him in a jar. Keep all of his separate
This guy
parts.
is 3 sheets to the wind. He is Lady Macbeth crazy.
Lady Macbeth.
He's Queen Lady Macbeth crazy. He is beyond any kind of sensibilities that you might be able to use to manipulate him with words. Don't. Just stop. Words will not work. He is going to spout some insane nonsense in response to what you have to say,
Words are
and then
useless.
get right back to doing exactly what he wanted to in the first place.
Which is destroying
you also don't
you
understand
and
anymore.
everything else. So basically, he's like an undead sociopath.
Oh yeah.
Undead sociopaths are the worst. They're worse than wizards.
In addition to that, he's a wizard. You know, just in case you thought we could get out of it that way. Anyway, Velvet proves really well suited to taking down this fight. I mean, she has the double jump that's really quick, easy to position, hop, hop, hop. She is the best platforming character. Her sweeping attacks can very easily hit all of the different little arms here. Really, the only thing she's missing is a little muscle to back it up. And actually make this fight take shorter than forever, but
Shorter than forever.
you know,
Okay,
I'll take
alright,
what I can
alright.
get.
You take what you get.
which hopefully is not steam to the face, because I am done with the steam.
I am done with this steam machine. And in fact, here we go. We come back to the very thing. Howl's Moving Castle, for example, was also a steam machine. But it was also good. And this is also very bad. At least it's not eating you or, you know, like swallowing you then coughing you up.
Whatever it's doing, I am taking no chances. I have... I put on my fire spirits and my invisible just because I'm like, no steam.
I am done with this. I am done playing your games. I am setting you loose. Also, only Americans know about, what is it, the Kool-Aid Man. When I tried to explain it to Heavy Mac, he thought it was like, what? Why would something so, like, what is wrong with Americans in, like, our commercials during the 80s?
Okay, what was wrong with America circa the 1980s, which I think we all across the world had our own, you know, uniqueness.
We had our own Kool-Aid Man. And in fact, he tells me a story of that one time. What was it, like some sort? It wasn't Cadbury chocolate. It was something else. Oh yeah, it was a Cadbury chocolate commercial. Him and his brother were in a Cadbury chocolate commercial, and they had them eating like they had to break they had a whole box of chocolate, and they had to break the chocolate perfectly for the close-up for the camera. So like went through like 100 chocolate bars, and then there's this one part where the kids are supposed to be running through the fields. And so, but his brother is riding a very awkward old bike. You know, like those really old trikes that they used to have way back when? And he's riding it across grass, and he can't go fast enough for the shot. So he had to, like, bike pedal, like, 20 times before they had, like, the perfect shot. And what I want to say is all this is that the end reward of all of this was a huge box of broken chocolate that they got. And, like, I mean, I'm not talking about, like, a little bit of chocolate. I'm talking about a mover packer box of chocolate. Broken.
Whoa.
Yes.
That is too much. And in the wrong, in the wrong proportion. One of my wisest friends once put it to me this way. If you eat 10 half-pound chocolate bars, you're just a slob. But if you eat one 5-pound chocolate bar, you're a hero. So,
kids that are between, like, maybe around your age and then, like Betty Bott's age are eating chocolate. So, pretend you're, like, oh, I don't know. You're probably, like, an 8-year-old and your brother is, like, 4 or you know, whatever. That's like a mongus. Like, that is like a feast for months.
That is tummy aches for months is what that is. And a bunch of baby fat.
Yes, well.
Now don't get me wrong, I had my own experiences with candy when I was younger, but jeez, that is huge.
Well, they had to make a commercial. They needed willing child actors. Or, in the sense, willing children. I don't think any of the children were actually actors.
Yeah, but the point remains that I don't think that Japan, in particular, has anything to say about, like, our Kool-Aid Man. They have had way crazier things in way simpler commercials.
Yeah, like SoftBank Dog.
Like, how are they not ready for the Kool-Aid Man? Wouldn't they love that? Sure, he bursts through a brick wall and says, "Oh yeah," and then feeds you a drink.
Like, konnichiwa, nonde kudasai.
Tadaima!
Okairi! Okairi nasai!
Arigato for the Kool-Aid. Oh, you see his little anus that's, like, distended and sticking out there? You can hit that too, but I just missed my opportunity to do it.
so hard, you're probably turning down the volume as we speak. Oh god! I can't believe it has an anus! Not even how it's
It is kind of wild. I don't know if that's supposed to represent the core. I don't know.
I think it's just supposed to be...
I'll have to ask my eschatologist. I'm not dropping that either.
What?
That's
What's
joke.
an eschatologist?
Eschatologist.
Is that like...
It's a. You'll have to ask Medibot. He's one. I forgot by now. I asked him like 3 different things that I thought it was. But
Okay, here I'll
wasn't.
send my personal message out to Mediboo. This LP. Mediboo, please post about eschatologists so that I can be informed, like the rest of the public needs to be informed about this. It sounds like a very important thing, and
I mean, I thought it had to do with anal gold, but I was wrong. Didn't.
Oh, this is gold! Speaking of gold, you're almost done.
Yeah. Just a tiny little bit.
Oh god, you just munch away.
Maybe I can finish it off here. Keep
Keep
going.
going.
Keep going.
What are you doing? Oh my god, that's
know.
the biggest cock block! Oh my god!
That needed to happen. You know, E.I. mulberry tart.
You didn't.
It's a pie.
You didn't eat a mulberry tart. Oh my gosh, you had a panty shot
No,
at
but
the
I had
end,
one.
too. Having
Well,
Max,
no, I was just jumping
having
around.
Max giving thumbs up.
Any panty shots are
Oh
incidental
god.
and not all that great. I mean, what's she wearing anyway?
The furnace's
Vagina.
core survives. But with the systems destroyed, it cannot move or fire its beams. What's your scheme, Velvet? The cauldron is mine. No one else can command it. If they try, they will deeply regret it. For I cast a curse on it.
What?
Fainted, huh? I cannot forgive your meddling. You... Why are you here? In her shape? So pitiful. My hollow eye sockets produce no tears. Too bad, Velvet. My work here is done. Like myself, your inheritance is a mere shell of its former glory. Now come, Levanthan! The time of your awakening is nigh!